Good evening and welcome to the Rooster Inn Observatory. I promised I would talk about the software that I use to run the big rig. I'm gonna do it live in real time in the context of a workflow. We're starting with the Celestron CPWI. That is the main software that drives the Edge HD CGX mount connection. I can connect to it via USB. It's going to ask me if I want to unpark and use the previous alignment, and the answer is yes, unpark. And it will start tracking almost immediately. The imaging software that I use is Sharkcap Pro. Selecting the camera is the 183MC, and I usually connect it to the mount, so it shows altitude, azimuth, and I connect it to the focuser as well. That will allow me to focus properly. I also, okay, let us go to Jupiter. There is Jupiter. I can just bring it in. Sharkcap Pro has two very useful features. I'm going to show you first one of the tools, and that is the focus assistant. Automatic refocus. I put the box around the planet and I say, go do it. It's going to take it out of focus initially and then bring it back in and start step by step computing the Fourier transform to find the best focus point. It takes a few seconds, obviously. Sometimes it succeeds, sometimes it doesn't. When it doesn't, I do it manually. It's taking steps and recomputing the focus. Not too happy, it's going the wrong direction. I'm used to it failing on me, but that is okay. It is an experimental feature. Okay, this is a case where I'm going to stop it and to do it manually. Okay, let's see if we can look at the planet and try to, the best of my ability, get it to focus. Alrighty. There is Jupiter. And that is my vicious puppy in the background. Okay, we're starting to see Jupiter come into focus. It is still at a reasonably low altitude, So okay. The seeing is not good tonight. Another useful feature I promised to show you with the Sharkcap is plate solving. If I were to go to, let's say, any of those stars, I'm going to go to Mirak, go to, and then I'm going to ask Sharkcap to do the plate solving. It usually takes about an 8-second capture to get enough stars in there. That's not pretty. Don't know what's going on in the sky as to why there's this green. This is strange. All right, let's see if I doubt it's going to solve this one. There's not enough stars. The sun set about an hour ago, so I don't know why the sky is so ugly. It did solve, okay. When it finds a target, it's going to, it says there's an offset of 0.29 degrees. There we go, it aligns automatically. And we are smack in the middle of where we need to be. Yep, there's the star. Let me see why we have this. I really cannot tell why we have this discoloration. There we go, that's slightly better. When the stars are aligned, I go to CVWI and ask it to add it to the model. And centered, there it is. I'd like to show you the polar error at this point. The RMS error is 5 seconds over 38 stars. And the polar error is only 51 seconds west and 7 seconds north. When they talk about polar alignment, many times they say, as long as you are within 10 minutes, this is good. We are sub 1 minute, actually 7 seconds in one case. Let me show you the pointing model. And these are the errors. In terms of declination, we're almost dead on. And there is only minor error in right ascension. This is 10 seconds. The maximum error is 10 seconds that we're dealing with, and the RMS error is 5 seconds, 5.5 seconds. So I'm very, very happy with how well aligned the scope is. So we're going to go back to Jupiter. Jupiter is somewhere out there. In theory, I could do a quick plate solve and bring Jupiter back into focus or into the center of the frame. Don't know if that's enough stars. The greenish is gone, and that is good. Let's see if plate solving will bring us back in the middle. It'll probably fail because there are not enough stars in the model. Yeah, only 6 sources. It's not gonna find it. One other beauty of Sharkcap is the ability to move around in a helical, if you will, way, and okay, spiral search. There you go. That was Jupiter that just went down. Come back up. These are Jupiter's moons. There's Jupiter. Okay. The spiral search around a point. Come back. There we go. Alright, if you go 1 over 2000, that's too dark. 1000. Another useful tool in this case is the histogram. Ideally, would like to be at about 80%. The whale shape. So try 1500 gets us to about 70%. And that's good enough. For this camera, with a 20 megapixel sensor, Sharkcap allows me to pick an area that I want to image. There we go. I should try to sharpen the focus just a little bit more. There's way too much turbulence. Yeah, I mean, the whole planet is scintillating. Well, assuming we had a good enough planet here, the next step is to capture, and we're at 139 frames per second right now. So grabbing 5000 frames is not out of the question here. It's going to take a few seconds, but with a bit of luck, lucky imaging will give us enough good frames to stack. We're at 4000 frames, 1000 to go. Okay, we're done. And yes, I have the wrong name up there. I had Saturn, should have been Jupiter, but let's go find the files. Captures, today's date, wrong name, but there's the file. Next step is to use PIPP, Planetary Image Preprocessing. It's offering to correct the color. I will say yes, please do. There it is. It is a planet, and it's going to crop at 448, and the output will be an AVI file. Let's let it take a few seconds. Once that is done, we go to auto stacker and we stack. I'd like 10%, the best 10% of the frames, which still gives me 500 frames to stack. Let's see what that gives us. And voila. This is the file that we came up with. You can see one of the moons. Yeah, we have very, very poor seeing tonight. So next is auto stackered. Grab it in, analyze. That shows us a distribution of goodness of the 5,000 frames. There is number of frames, 5,000 in the corner. Okay, it says about a quarter of the frames have a quality better than 50%. So I'm just going to go with 10%. Normalize the stack, sharpen it. Now it's a matter of putting the anchor points. That is 91. That's a little bit too high. 50 axes, 50 anchor points, more like it. I'm more comfortable with this one. Let's stack it. Once auto stackered is done, we will have a good idea as to how much more work we need to do on the image. All right, recombining, and we are done. This is the unsharpened image, and this is a sharpened image. Not impressive, but considering what we have to work with, I'll take it. Next come ridge stacks. This is what we have. My process for ridge stacks is to start by making sure the colors are aligned, the three are RGB. Oh, I don't like it. Reset. Forget this one. Histogram. Get rid of the early part. If you look carefully at the histogram, you see the knee here or the sudden drop, and this is where I'd like to trim this out. As to whether we do an RGB balance or not, it's going to depend on what comes out of it. All right. This is slightly nicer. Okay, we're done here. Contrast, it's a matter of preference. I like to bring not that far. Okay, that's about it. I'd like to bring the peak of the histogram to roughly the middle. Another way to do it, if you don't like to play with the contrast, is to move the upper limit of the histogram, and it has essentially the same effect. And stretching, yep, there we go. Now the magic of registacks, and that is the wavelets. Many people like to start with the second wavelet, push it to the limit, get the planet really noisy, and then take time denoising it. Considering what we started working with, this is reasonably good. And then we go to the top one, repeat the process, sharpen it by a few steps, and then denoise it. And that should be it. Okay, save it, and this is the full rendition of Jupiter under today's circumstances. Let's at least put it in the right folder. So this is the software that I have, and this is the workflow that I use for planetary imaging and processing with the big rig. Yeah, I don't know if things are gonna calm down at all tonight. There is one more thing I'd like to see if I can show you, and that is using registacks for stacking, hence the stacks part in the name. And this is by instead of importing the TIFF file, importing the AVI file. Set the alignment points, align them, we're at 38%, 40%, it's taking just a little bit longer. But Registacks offers a one-stop shop, even though it is a slow stop. AstroStacker is a lot faster, but it does not hurt to try both stacking programs and see which one gives the better stack. In the meantime, there is Jupiter. And the moons are possibly visible if I Increase the exposure. Here are the moons on fire. Yeah, the scene is extremely bad tonight. Ridge stacks is done stacking, sorry, done aligning. Limit and stack. That'll take a while. But as soon as it's done, we'll go through the process of applying the wavelets, stretching the histogram, aligning the colors, and then comparing the two pictures, see which one is nicer. So Jupiter is up to 26 degrees now altitude. With an azimuth of 120 degrees, I lose it when it gets to an azimuth of about 135. So before the night gets out of hand, within the next hour or so, I will do another capture, hoping that it will have, hoping that the seeing has gotten better. Back to Ridge Stack 6. It's at 80% stack. Bottom right of the screen shows the percent completed. "94, 96, 98, done stacking." Don't know if it's any better or any worse, it doesn't matter. Wavelet. Let us start by estimating the need for an RGB alignment. Okay, couple of pixels here and there, +2, +2, -2, I'll take it. That's no big deal. Histogram. Again, clip the lower part, serves no purpose. Stretch, yep, things go up. Let's do all. And then let's do RGB balance. Gives it the warmer color. And there's the final stretch. So we're done with the right side of this program. Now we'll go to the wavelets. It doesn't want to get noisy. All right, and then the second layer. I will denoise it. Let us save it. And we can compare the two images. these are the two images. Now I put them side by side. This is one, and this is two. I cannot see much difference other than one is just a bit bigger. All right. So I'm going to close this file, end this webcast, just to close it, to end the stream, and then reopen it to continue imaging the rest of the night. So either hang